Pleased to be joined now by future UFC athlete Michael Aswell,
What's
coming off
up?
a crazy performance on Dana White's Contender Series. Michael, we can see the damage above that eye. You got the stitches rocking.
See ya.
How you feeling a few days removed?
I feel great. Besides the eye, my body doesn't hurt. I feel pretty healthy. Like, I don't know. I went back and watched the fight yesterday, and I didn't even. I know, of course, I got clipped a couple times, but I don't really feel like I took too much damage.
I hate to say it, but I'm almost thankful that you got clipped because it made for an amazing fight. It takes two to tango.
100%.
Obviously, you didn't get your hand raised, but so many people thought that you had won the fight, Dana White included.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a defeat in your life where it felt more like a win other than this?
No, not at all. And like, I'm a winner too, so like, I did not like hearing the decision, but I also was like, oh my god, I'm only getting paid 5,000. Like I was like, I'm not gonna get the other part of that check. I was like, oh, so I was pretty defeated about that in the back. But no, I mean, like I've been telling my people and everyone that I've been talking to, like I wanted to accomplish a couple things, going to the fight, and I feel like I accomplished all of them. So I know I didn't get the win. That's probably the one thing I didn't get to accomplish that I wanted. But I mean, everything else kind of worked out in its favor somehow.
Yeah, you've been a guy that's been on the radar for a while, competing on Fury FC. Eric and Rich, out there in Texas, they've been, talking about you for a while. And you get on
Yeah.
this stage and you show out in a big way, obviously making them proud. I'm curious in your thoughts. I mean, this was a tough fight. A lot of people, when they see their own blood, they sometimes take a step back and they wilt. How much do you think Fury got you ready for this type of fight on this type of stage?
I mean, like you said, you can look at my resume. I've only fought with Fury. They've bred me. Like I started when I was 17 with them, and the amount of people that they put in front of me, they did it the right way. I fought a bunch of tough dudes as an amateur. I fought 5 rounds as an amateur. And then you go and look at my pro career. I fought some tough dudes starting off, and then my sixth fight, I fight Cameron Graves, who was a former Fury champ. And I feel like I've been in the ring with a lot of tough dudes that been there. I mean, even Nate Richardson, my last fight, he beat Diego. He's fought all the people on his losses are guys that are in the UFC or if not fighting, in a contender series of that sort. So they did it. We did everything the right way, and I stayed as active as possible. I mean, I fought almost 3 or 4 times every year. I've already fought 3 times this year. So I've just been trying to stay active, and Fury just kind of helped me just keep my path. I've only fought in Houston. This was my first fight outside of Houston. So
Yeah.
I had a blast. I was like, this is amazing. I'm at the casino. I'm in Vegas. Like, I was having a good old time. I had all my, I got to take a bunch of pictures backstage and stuff. And, I just really enjoying the time, the moment like this. It was awesome.
And I think that's important too. I've had the luxury of calling one Fury event out there in Houston, and the biggest takeaway for me was how big of a show it felt. Because
Yeah.
you talk about the regional scene. 20 years ago, dude, regional fights were like happening in barns, and they may or may not have cleaned out the locker rooms from where the horses
Oh,
were staying
yeah.
the night before. Fury makes you feel like you're in the biggest show there is. And when I look at what goes on inside the Apex is a glorious, beautiful room,
It's
great
awesome.
place to fight.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there was way less people in that
Oh,
room
yeah.
than there is in
Easily.
Houston. You know what I mean? So like,
Easily.
were you able to like kind of feel like, not that it was a step down in any way, because obviously the lights burn brighter, the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
world is watching, but did it feel almost more intimate than say some of your fights in Houston?
Yeah, and you know what, like you say about Fury, the production and stuff is next level. Like these amateurs that are fighting for Fury are getting a luxury of fighting. Like if they're on the professional, like high level, like arena, like what they get, how Eric takes care of them. I mean, like I said, like that gets you mentally prepared too, ready. And I've always sold so many tickets for a Fury. And I packed it out, at least 2,000 people, 3,000. And I feel the crowd, and like I could have filled up the Apex if they let me. Give me 4 tickets. But I mean, I like that feeling. I almost enjoyed it a little bit more. And I tell people this all the time. Like to me, like I saw my mom, dad, my sister, and my girlfriend when I walked out of my, walking down, and that's all I needed. I could care less if it's. I mean, granted, I haven't fought in front of 100,000 people, but I'm
Right.
just saying that because mentally, like, I could fight in front of 100K. That's cool. I can fight in front of nobody. I can fight in front of Dana. If as long as I got my four people, the people that mean the most to me, of course I was missing a couple others, my uncles and stuff, but like those are my four people that see me since I was a baby, like out the wound. Granted, my girlfriend that I just met, but she's been taking care of me recently and stuff. So, you know, it was cool. It was intimate. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. No intros, no nothing. Just get in there. Let's get after it. You don't have to wait for all the songs to finish and stuff like that. So it was cool.
Let's talk about Dana a little bit. Obviously, he was impressed with you. He thought that you had won the fight. It was one of those wars that shaped up to be a fight where you lost, but again, it couldn't have gone better for you in
Right.
making an impact with a worldwide audience.
Yeah.
What was it like to hear Dana say, "Look, next opportunity I got, we're going to give you the call"?
I mean, the whole thing in general was just crazy. So, like, once I heard I didn't win, they were like, all right, we need to get you out of here. Like, this cut, like, we got to go. And they rushed me to the back. And so I get to the back. Doctors are looking at it. I'm like 30-27. Are we serious right now? Like,
Right.
that's not even possible. And then, I'm all mad and stuff. I'm only getting $5,000. So they go and lay me down. The doctors got to look at it, see what they want to do, how they want to go about, like, fixing it or whatever. And then my coaches, did I just hear that? You get a contract? And everyone's just like, no, like, we didn't hear that. I'm like, shut up. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, like, and he's like, I swear I just heard them say that. And I'm like, no way. And as I'm laying there, I'm getting like, my eyes are closed. I'm there, like, trying to fix it and switch it up. I just hear, like, someone talking. I'm like, Dana? Like, if I'm dreaming, I'm like, is that Dana White? And I've literally like closed the eyes, look, open my eyes, and look, and Dana's just staying right above me, and he's shaking my hand, and I'm like, oh my god. He was like, kid, that was insane. That was a crazy fight, and I was like, Dana, 30-27, are we serious?
Right.
And he was,
Right.
he was like, I thought you won 29-28. Like, he was like, that was a hell of a performance. He's like, look, I'm gonna give you your show money, we'll give you your win money, and I'm giving you a first ever $5,000 bonus. He's like, and I talked to Sean. As soon as someone drops out, you're in. Like, you're the next person. Like, if there was a list, you're the next guy. Someone falls out. I was like, I'll fight 45, 55. I don't care. I was trying to fight Drew Dober in Denver. That's how much I didn't care. You can ask Jason House. You can read through our text messages. Even that Marshall fight that just happened before our
Yeah.
fight, I saw the pullout. Text Jason, yo, Jay, I'm already on weight. I'll make weight. I'm already gonna be there Saturday anyways. And he's
That's
like,
that's amazing. So that's your mindset all the time. It's not just that the UFC said, "Hey, next opportunity is yours." You're always thinking like the next fight could be a couple days away.
dude, I was already the contender for 2 months, 13 weeks that I've known about it. Texted Jason, hey, I'll fight. Hey, I'll fight. Josh is fighting in Vegas. Someone falls out, I'm here. Boom. Josh fights in Denver. Hey, someone fights, I'm here. The only one was the Manchester. I was gonna go with Daniel, but I don't want to mess up my sleep and my schedule and stuff. That's a lot, and I think if I was there, things would have been a little different. But yeah, I'm just ready to go, bro. I'm ready to fight. Like, for me, people, I know we have to like game plan, and people ask like, what do you see about Brogdon? And of course, I game plan a little bit, but for us, like, I'm ready to fight. Like anyone, if I step out of this door right now, I gotta be ready to fight
Right.
that guy too. So it doesn't matter. I'm ready to fight whoever, whenever. Then that's what I gotta be prepared for, and that's kind of how I train to be ready to fight anyone at any time, not just fight one guy specifically. So when they told
Yeah.
me, "Hey, you're next in line for short notice," whenever, I said, "Perfect. I've been asking for short notice anyways. I just haven't gotten them because I wasn't next in line."
Right.
So
Well, now you're firmly on the radar, firmly
yeah,
next in line. I think the only thing holding you back from a fight in the immediate future are the
is this?
stitches. The
Yeah.
stitches right there. When are they set to come out? Do you have a timeline on when you can get back to, training?
Yeah, I pulled them out. They said in 8 days. So I think it's been
Really?
a
That's
couple. It's been
quick.
it's been a couple already, and then they said pull it out in 8 days, and then I can start like cardio and stuff. And then they said no contact 6 weeks. So I mean that's really not that long, honestly. I thought it was gonna be out way longer. The only issue is it's probably gonna be soft, and
Right.
I really beat it up. Look at this side. No, I did.
I
Two really
mean,
bad scars.
it looks nasty, which also sort of made the fight even
Oh
more
yeah.
dramatic and impressive. You know
Oh,
what I
for
mean?
sure. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I had to, I had to make it look like it was a crazy fight, So
Yeah.
no, but yeah, I got cut pretty good. I didn't even know. I couldn't even tell you until I saw. And then Dana posted him on his story. I was like, oh my god, Dana, I just posted him on his story. I'm telling my friends like, look, look. And then I really saw how bad it was. I didn't know it looked like that. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like this was a war to say the least. When you went
Yeah,
back and watched it, were you kind of taken aback by the way the fight looked?
dude, I thought okay, maybe I'm biased because of my fight, but I swear I won 1 and 3. Like, there's like no questions in my brain.
That's how
Two,
I scored it. I scored
two,
it one and
maybe
three for
two,
you.
maybe a little close, but it was only close because of the elbow, and I get like damage, but like there's damage with no effect instead of damage with effectiveness, right? Like you said, like
Right.
I could have like stopped or like been like oh like or like even like say Daniel's fight for example, he got that left hook, and the whole second round he was like that, right? That's why they gave it a 10-8. They gave that round a 10-8. Quit lying, dog. Quit lying, bro. Ike. Quit lying. Boy, Ike. Yes, sir. Later, man. Um, but you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I got cut, and I was like, I didn't even know I got cut. Like I was like, right,
Right.
I'm gonna keep going forward, right? And I don't know, but yeah, 6 weeks I'll be out, but I'm ready to go. Shit, I'll fight in China if I need to fight in China. November 23rd. I seen that card. I don't care. I literally like before my coach saw pass, or something. He was always used to tell me. He would just say, you want to fight on someone else's dime. Like that's the name of this game.
Right.
And I'll travel anywhere. I got my passport, so
I
we're
mean,
game.
it's prize fighting. You want to go out and get the prizes, right?
And it's crazy. There's a video before the fight of I can't even remember his name. And I feel so bad. The OG rapping my hands, and he's like, "Man, don't worry about the win. Entertainment, baby. Listen, you gotta entertain the people." He's like, "You're
Yeah.
from Houston. Act the fool out there." I was like, "I got you." And you get my coach is like, "He's going to try." And oh man, I heard he was waiting for me too to say what's up after my fight. And I wish I would have got to talk to him, but yeah, I mean, dude, I had so much fun. I had so much fun. It was unreal.
Now, I guess the question, Michael, is
I don't even know. I just started talking. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. But I think the question now is, the UFC, obviously, you're on the radar. Dana says that your next opportunity, that's why I say future
Yeah.
UFC athlete. If it goes 2 months without you getting a fight, 3 months without you getting a fight, do you go back to the Fury cage?
If I need to, if that's what they want, you tell me. I'm a fighter, dude. I'll fight anywhere, anytime, any place. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta fight Fury again to get to cool. You just told me how to get to the UFC. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if you say, hey, win this fight in Fury, you're in the UFC. There's no why there should be no questions asked. Oh,
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait because you promised. They didn't promise you nothing. There's no contract.
Right.
No one said, "Hey, sign this contract that if whenever you're healed, I'm gonna give you a fight." Like I didn't sign that, So if someone tells me, "Hey, you need one more fight," and then you're in the UFC, guess what I'm gonna do? I'll go fight, so I get to the UFC. That's and that's no problem with me. I don't care.
I mean, how crazy is that logic? You're a fighter and you'll fight. It's pretty simple, right?
Why? That's to me it sounds pretty simple, you know. But everyone's worried about the unknown, right? The what if? Oh, what if I leave?
Right.
What if?
Sure. But
Y'all
here's the
fight,
thing:
bro.
if we've learned anything, especially about you, Michael, it is the unknown. Sure, maybe you slip up and you come out on the wrong side of a decision.
Right.
Odds are it's probably fight of the night. Odds are
Yeah.
people are going to be walking away talking about you still. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look, I lost this fight and still got. They said I was trending number 4 on Twitter because of the decision to cut. So like, yeah, we lost, but man, we gained so much, too. And like I said at the beginning of this interview, like I wanted 3 things really. I wanted to get paid, and I got paid more than I thought I was gonna get paid.
Right.
I want to get a contract, and I basically got a pretty solid contract from Dana. I don't know if he tells many other people that they're next in line. So I feel like I did pretty good. And I kind of wanted, and I was, trying to change my life, and I feel like I did that a little bit, or at least
Right.
moved in the right direction. If not, it's definitely better than what it was. My life's a little better than what it was, last week. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you lost here because
You,
I don't
you
think you
know,
lost anything.
Right. My family was there. I was surrounded by loved ones. I was in Las Vegas, the best place in besides Houston in the world. Like, I'm blessed, and I'm so I'm so blessed to do what I do. And I mean, God, like I was asking Daniel, I'm like, after the fight, I'm like, oh my God, I really just went into a cage and just fought some dude in front of Dana White. I'm crazy. I'm like, why do we do this? I was like, you just did that in front of thousands of people in Manchester.
Right?
Like, why do we do this? He's like, I think we do this because we rather get punched in the face than work a normal job. And I was
You,
like,
you,
yeah, it's
punch faces rather than time cards, right?
yeah. I think I was like, that's so accurate. Like I've never wanted to be one of like to do something like that. I just always thought I was destined to do more and to be great. And I'm just glad how everything's kind of unfolding a little bit.
Well, it seems like your destiny is stepping foot in that UFC octagon sooner rather than later, and you're firmly on the radar, Michael. I appreciate
Yeah,
your time here on
yeah,
Extra
it was
Rounds,
awesome.
and honestly, man, like whenever the call does come, let us
Yeah.
know so we can get you back on here and we can break down your UFC debut.
Let's do it, bro. I would be so pumped. And I know we got some other things in the work. I know UFC's working on something with me too, a little like a little documentary series. So that'd be cool too when that comes out.
That's rad. We can't wait for it. Michael
Oh
Aswell, you can see him in an octagon near you very soon, and if
yeah.
not, check out all the fights that we've already
Can
seen
I
in the
say one
Fury
more
FC
thing?
cage available on Fight Pass.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm making my commentating debut September
Uh-oh.
13th for Fury's Amateur Series. So I've been studying. I broke down the first 8 fights of the amateur series. So it's gonna be a good one. The title fight's amazing. This kid, Jackson Glass, is fighting too. I know everyone's high on him. And then even the main event, that boy Jay, he's next up. He's next level stuff. So gonna be a super dope card. I'm commentating first debut.
Well, good luck with that,
Thank
and
you.
we'll be watching. And I appreciate your time again, Michael. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.